Okay, today we're going to find the missing side of a rectangular prism using the volume. So our objective is to use the volume of a three-dimensional shape to find the missing side of the prism. Okay, so what do we know already? We know the volume of a cube or rectangular prism is using the formula base times height. So the B, remember, is the area or length times width of the base. So in other terms, the length times the width times the height. So going back to what we've been practicing, let's first find the volume of this box or this rectangular prism. So we have our length, we have our width, and we have our height. So our formula is length times width times height, so we substitute. Our length was 10 times our width times our height. So the area of the base is 30 times 4, and we come up with 120 inches cubed. Okay, so let's try this one, finding the volume of this rectangular prism. We have our length, our width, and our height. So volume is length times width times height. Our length we said was 25, our width is 20, and our height is 4. So finding the volume, first the area of the base, 25 times 20 is 500. So 500 times 4 gives us 2,000. So we have 2,000 centimeters cubed. So there's how to find the volume. So what do we do now when we know the volume but are missing one of the side lengths? We set up an equation and we solve for the missing variable. Okay, so we know how to set up an equation and we know how to solve one, so this shouldn't be too difficult. So to find the missing side, here we have a box with a volume of 72 inches cubed. It has a height of 2. We're missing the length, and it has a width of 6. So using our formula, volume equals length times width times height. So we're going to set up an equation, so we need to substitute. So V for volume is 72. Bring down your equal sign. Our length is what we're looking for, times the width times the height. So setting up our equation, we're looking for the L, multiply and simplify. So over here we have 12 times L equals 72. So if they multiply, we divide. So for our length, 72 divided by 12 gives us 6. So we have a length of 6 inches. So all we're doing is working backwards. Okay, let's look at the Kleenex box. It has a volume of 1,380 centimeters cubed. We are looking for the width, we know the height, and we know the length. So volume is equal to length times width times height. Our volume, we're going to substitute 1,380. Bring down the equal sign. Our length we said was 23. Our width is our unknown variable times our height, which is 5. So now solve the equation for the missing variable. Multiply or simplify what we have on the right with the variable. So 23 times 5 is 115W equals 1,380. We have a one-step equation, so we want to divide to get W by itself. 1,380 divided by 115 equals 12. So our width is 12 centimeters. Okay, so there's a couple examples if you need to go back and re-look at those two. What I'd like you to do is now go to the next link and try the ones on the back. So those are actually on the worksheet on the link, so no needing to print it off.